Hey, this is Dr. Darwin, your new dentist coach. Thank you so much for signing up to watch this video, the 9 reasons why dental residency is not is not optional. This is a great resource for many of you that are considering residency and the reasons why you should consider residency as well. This is one of my premier lectures. I've given it over 5 years now, and I've given it to students at the University of Maryland Dental School, also at VCU down in Richmond, and I also have given it to uh, students at Howard University about the reasons why you must consider doing a dental residencies. Be sure, take notes, write down any questions that you may have, but also stay tuned and throughout the whole entire video. At the end, I'm going to be showing you and sharing some information as to how I can help you go from candidate to resident as part of your candidacy in preparing to get into dental residency. So stay tuned.
So thank you for welcoming me. It's great to talk to you all again. Tonight we've got some special good information for both the dental students, but also for some of the established docs that are there. First of all, I want to say thanks. Before we get started, I want to say thanks and give some special shout outs to some special people for making this happen. I want a special shout out to the SNDA for coordinating and getting this together. I also wanted to say you guys are very special to me, very proud of you all over the years of what you guys do both locally and also nationally. Also want to say special shout out to Dr. Doolin, Maryland Dental Society, for inviting me and helping to coordinate this. And also to Dr. Morgan for listening and helping me brainstorm with some ideas and making sure that we're able to get some vital information to the dental students when we started doing this about a couple of years ago. So you guys heard a little bit about me. Currently a program director at Bronx Lebanon in New York. Been involved also with the DIA, also with the ADA with their success program, going across the country to volunteer time and share some information for new dentists. Also involved with the NDA, and also involved as a site visitor for the advanced dental education programs, and also known as the new dentist coach. So let's get started. So what does this number mean to any of those people in the room there? Well, that's Tierra. You guys know Dr. Tierra. She was the first Black valedictorian at our school, and that's the goal. That's the goal for you guys listening and being here today, to motivate you towards achievement like she has achieved, but all the things that you guys are able to do. But graduation is coming up for the class of 2019. Also, in a couple of years, well, actually in a couple of next year and the year after that for the classes of 2020 and 2021. But what are you going to do after graduation? And that's the big question. What are you going to do after graduation? So that's the title of this presentation: Ready, Set, Graduate. Do a GPR. The 9 reasons why postgrad advanced dental education is not optional. It's not optional. So over the next 25 minutes, I want to share with you a major dilemma that is facing many new dentists and some strategies that support several reasons why this action of doing a GPR or AGD or postgrad residency must be done. Just so you know, I'm not paid or sponsored by any dental organization or manufacturer. All these viewpoints are mine and mine alone. And the content is based off of my experiences, my collaborations and training over the last 20 years. So objectives, purpose. So we're going to identify the 9 reasons why residency training is not optional. We're going to learn a little bit about how postgrad training impacts and influences your future professional development and your success. Some ways to boost your credentials and your own uniqueness as a specialty candidate and also as a potential private practice associate. And also produce a call of action and hopefully a decision to help you and be a resource to you for your future success. So this is my man, Usain Bolt, and I used to run track in college. That's me back in the day. I had to throw this slide on, especially since Virginia just won the national championship. But more importantly, I want us to make sure that we go through the content and also reserve some time from some questions that people may have. All right, so let's go. So number 8, the number 8 and 300,000. The number 8 and 300,000. What do these two things have in common? And I can't see you guys because the camera's turned around the other way. Hopefully, maybe they can turn the camera around. But what do these two things have in common?
They're even numbers.
They're even, right? They are even numbers. They're even numbers. What else? What else?
After graduating from dental school on 300,000, you're gonna be behind the 8 ball.
I like that one. That's the first time I've heard that one. Well, the 8 stands for the number of years. It's probably a little bit more. It should be 8 plus number of years that you are spending, investing your time and your resources. And you're right. The $300,000 is just about almost the average amount of what it costs to go to dental school today, or what the debt for most people are. So actually a little bit less than that. But guess what? Those 8 years, those $300,000, guess what? They don't even mean anything. They mean nothing. Because at the end of that period of time, and even after that amount of money that you are spending and investing in your education, you will still need more time, and you will still need more money to invest, always invest in continuing education, and this concept that we have in a profession called lifelong learning. So as new dentists, you guys will have to be a perpetual learner. I think this quote probably says it all. Learning is never cumulative. It's a movement of knowing which has no beginning and no end. No beginning and no end. So lifelong learning is part of our profession. So some of the established dentists, I'm sure they can vouch and confirm that, even after practicing 15, 20 years, they're still learning, right? You guys are still learning. We're still learning in that process. Many of us are still spending money for education, whether it's to satisfy our continuing education requirements for our licenses. But whatever it is, it's still part of the process. It's part of the things that we do as dentists and as oral physicians. So that's the first thing. That's the first reason. All right. Reason number two. So I want you guys to look at this picture, the bottom right-hand side there, and then share with me a documented cause of this root canal failing to heal. Anyone want to share what they think is a cause for this root canal not healing properly? You guys must be full. It must have been some good food tonight.
You're asking us what are the causes for a root canal to fail?
Yeah. What are some documented reasons for root canals failing? So this is going to be participatory also.
So not cleaned properly.
Not cleaned properly. What else?
The gutta percha not extending to the apex.
Yep. Well, here's another one. And I got this from the Journal of Endodontics from a colleague of mine, Dr. Rico Short out of Atlanta, who's a board certified endodontist. So I want you guys to listen to this. This is from the Journal of Endodontics, taken from an evidence-based journal from 1989. The cellulose component of paper points and cotton wool may contribute to the failure of root canal treatment if they come in contact with the periradicular tissues. I'll read that again. The cellulose component of paper points, cotton wool may contribute to the failure of root canal treatment if they come in contact with the periradicular tissues. Who in the room, established dentists, knew this or knew of this? Anyone?
No.
Me?
Never heard it before.
Never heard of it before.
No.
Exactly. So that leads us to this point number 2, which is another reason why you should do a residency. You don't know what you don't know until you encounter a situation when you then realize you don't know it. Right? This is a very common encounter for many new dentists. Although the schools prepare us for graduating, some of the information that we get is things that we just it's not enough. And sometimes when you go right into private practice, you don't realize what you don't know until you run into one of these situations. And there will be many situations that you'll have like this throughout your career. But that's the goal of having and doing a residency, to be able to lessen those chances later in your career, so that you can start off your career learning to be able to inquire, explore more, and find out more about the unknown. So that's the number 2 reason for doing a post-grad residency. Number 3, anyone heard of this movie before? Jerry Maguire?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So for those of you that may not know about this movie, it's a movie. Cuba Gooding Jr. plays a football player who's looking to be signed by an agent, and he's a good player, but he's got all these agents that are trying to sign him, but he doesn't believe any of them are really true to him and are good for him. So in one of the scenes in the movie, Jerry Maguire, who's being played by Tom Cruise, Cuba wants him to prove that he's loyal to him as a player. And he tells him, prove it to me, Jerry. Prove it to me, Jerry. Do what I say. Do what I say. And Tom Cruise, Jerry Maguire, who's an agent who doesn't have any clients at the time, he's hungry as well. And he just does whatever the player says. And he says, show me the money. Show me the money. Show me the money. So that leads me to the third thing, or third reason why doing a residency is key. This will be the first and the last time you will get paid to learn and to develop your skills. So as a resident, you get paid, and you'll be able to have some other benefits and some other things that will help you prepare you for private practice. So that's number 3. Number 3 reason. Be the first and last time that you'll get paid to learn and develop your skills. Number 4. One thing that's nice about a residency, continuing with this theme of lifelong learning, is that as a resident, your 1 year in residency allows you to get continuing education units that you can apply not only for your license, but also to a fellowship status in the Academy of General Dentistry. So typically you'll get 150 hours, and those hours go towards a fellowship status. To achieve, I'm not sure if there's anyone in the crowd that's a fellow. I know myself and a couple other classmates from Maryland have achieved this status, but basically fellowship status, you're able to achieve fellowship status, you have to accumulate over 500 continuing education hours. You have to take a 300 question exam, and you also have to have 5 years of continuing education. 5 years of continuous membership in the AGD. All right. And then this is a distinction that less than, I think, 8% of all dentists nationwide have achieved. And it's also something that you can market to your patients as well. So continuing education credits, another reason to do a residency and have that apply to your fellowship status, but also towards continuing to learn. So number five. So question, and I want you guys to answer this question for me. What is the average salary in the U.S.? The average salary. I heard somebody, what'd you say?
47,000.
47,000?
Yeah.
Anybody else?
175,000.
Doc, where do you live? I need to move. 52. So 175, we got 52 and 38. Okay, good. Well, the actual average salary, median salary in the U.S. is about $48,000. All right. So dental students, this question is for you. What do you guys make right now as dental students? D1, D2, D3, D4. Oh, y'all woke up now. Y'all woke up. That always happens. When you talk about money, people wake up quick. Well, this is a reason to do a residency. You know, doing a GPR typically pays a little bit more than AEGD, but you're able to receive a stipend or a salary up to about $62,000. And in addition to that, you've got some benefits with some paid holidays and some vacation days. At our residency at Bronx Care, residents receive, I think it's about 63,000. It's about $64,000 for the first year, PGY at 1 year. They have full benefits. They have 8 holidays. They have 4 vacation weeks. They have 5 days for educational leave for interviews and also CE. You get some personal days. They also, other benefits include, they have what we call an education expense, where they have up to $2,000 that they can use for continuing education. And they also have a book allowance, a $650 book allowance. So keep this in mind. In private practice, as an associate, you're usually paid one of 2 ways: either a percentage of what you produce or what you collect, or it may be a per diem. And because of that, if you're not there, you don't work a particular day, you may not get paid. If you're on a per diem, you may not get paid if you're not there. Same thing if you're on a percentage of production or collection. If you're not in the chair producing, you don't get paid. So that's why it's nice doing a residency. Not only are you learning, but you don't have to worry about not being there and not getting paid for that year doing your training, because you have these benefits, you have these holidays, you have these educational leave and vacation days that you can utilize. All right. So another reason why doing a residency is important and not optional. Number six. Who's heard of this game before? Monopoly. I'm sure many people have. I know growing up, every Christmas, there would be a little kids table, and all the kids would be playing Monopoly while the grown-ups are playing cards and cussing and doing a whole bunch of other stuff. But I put up this slide because it's significant for you as new dentists coming out of dental school with a lot of student debt. So one of the things that's nice about doing a residency is that you can defer your student loans up to 18 to 30 months. And you have the opportunity to learn about some repayment options, some programs that can really help you reduce your educational debt. Many different options. You know, you don't have to worry about paying these, right? These loans get deferred. You know, there's no payment. Now there are some strategies as far as maybe paying some of the interest down, and that's a whole nother lecture. But imagine if you're able to, you know, not have to worry during this time that you're learning and growing and getting better. I know at Bronx, Lebanon, and other types of locations where that is what we call a health shortage, a federal health shortage area, some of the attendings who, in addition to receiving a salary, also are able to defer some loans if they are part of a program, some one of these loan repayment programs, and they have the opportunity to get not only defer their loans, but also get loan repayment for about $50,000 for a 2-year commitment. And it's pretty much just like free money. But as a resident, again, whether you're a first-year resident, if you decide to do a PGY2 or second year, again, you're still eligible to defer those loans, and you don't have to worry about them. So you can really focus on one of the main reasons why you're there, which is to learn. You don't have to worry about producing so much money that you are not learning and not focus on growing as a practitioner. So, reason number 6, you're able to defer some loans. Number seven. So I put Maryland up there because, you know, we are number 1. I'm a little biased, of course, but Puerto Rico, NYU, Universities of Texas, San Antonio, Southeastern, Nova Southeastern, Howard, USC, UNLV, Louisville, Temple, Columbia, Meharry, Michigan, UNC, Rutgers, University of British Columbia in Canada. All of these schools, I highlight these schools and mention these schools because this leads us to the 7th reason. Over 15 schools, at least at our residency, are represented within the program. So what's good about that is the fact that you're able to network and learn from other colleagues from different schools. They have different professors, different ways of doing certain things, and you're able to interact with them, who, you know, those people that come from these diverse backgrounds and trainings, and you're able to get some one-on-one mentorship, not only from the faculty, but from your colleagues as well. You know, we know that different schools don't do the Maryland bridge like we do it, or how we were trained, or there's different ways to do different techniques, whether there be extractions, crown preps, denture setups, all of the such. So this is actually one of the strengths of, I think, one of the most important and one of the strengths of any program, especially a larger GPR program where you have a lot of trainees from different backgrounds and from different schools. You guys will get a chance to learn a lot from others, in addition from learning from experienced faculty as well. So that's number 7. Number eight. So question in the room for the students that are there. Anyone thinking about specializing after dental school or as part of their school training, wanting to specialize? And if you are, what are you thinking about? Perio? No, nobody interested. Everybody's just trying to graduate. Yes, I got it. I understand. But one of the things that's nice about doing a residency is you're able to, again, interact with experienced faculty, not only GPs, but also specialty faculty, right? And those experiences that you have add a lot of value, a lot of value. And for those of you that are maybe later on thinking about applying to specialty programs, they will help you with your applications. They will help you with, as it relates to letters of recommendations, but they also will give you some ideas about how to be a better general dentistry associate. I'm sure many of the GPs in the room, the seasoned dentists, you know, we typically want those docs that have had some additional experience outside of dental school. But again, for those of you that are thinking about specialty programs, what's nice about most of the GPR programs and even the AEGD is interacting with another level of interacting with the specialists. And like, for example, you know, we have a lot of students that are always interested. It's usually 3 programs: pedo, oral surgery, or ortho. And what's nice, in all 3 of them, in some cases, in some programs, they want you to do a residency before applying or as part of your application process. But another thing that's nice about doing a residency is now you have rotations in these specialty areas that maybe you didn't have in dental school. With those rotations come new information, new experiences that you can share in your applications, right? Your applications for residencies and your personal statements. You can even, some people are using the residencies as well as documenting certain types of cases and having a portfolio of cases that they said that they've been able to do above and beyond dental school as well. So this is one of the ways for those of you that are thinking about specialty programs, or even for GP, as a GP, this is the way that you really get out of obscurity. And, you know, obscurity means to be unknown. And one of the ways that you can really differentiate yourself from other candidates for specialty programs, but also other candidates that are applying for general dentistry associate positions. And I have a slide that I was going to share with you all if there were some more people that are interested in specialty programs. But just, I think the main takeaway is the fact that competition is very deep for the number of applicants that apply to many of the GPR and also the pedo programs, ortho or surgery, versus the amount or the number that are actually enrolled. You can see the percentages of those that are actually enrolled and how many spots there are. So for many people that are considering a specialty, it's really encouraged that you do a residency, do a GPR AGD, so that you can stand out amongst the other applicants in those specialty programs. Like I said, you know, most employers would prefer to partner up with new dentists that have completed some form of post-grad training or residency versus those that maybe have not. You know, there are some opportunities that you may have new dentists or dental students that, you know, you may be able to find a mentor or be an associate in someone's office who's going to really take you underneath their wing. But I will tell you, not everyone is a great mentor. Not everyone is looking for that type of relationship. Some of us as practitioners just want you to be there to produce. And there's not really a fostering of development. It's just, you know, you're a person that's going to be producing and helping the office that way. But I would think that most employers really want the relationship, a relationship where they're really able to partner up with you. You help them, they help you. So it's more synergistic and it's more advantageous for the patients, but also for the practice as well. So doing a residency at least get you in that conversation and to the table where you have had some more experiences and some more exposures to many different procedures. All right, we're finishing up here now. 9, the 9th reason. So what does PAP stand for? Periapical pathosis. Anyone else? Well, this is actually number 9. This reason is actually my favorite reason why doing a residency after graduation is vital. It's very important. And no, it's not PAP. It's not for that. It's for personal and professional development. Okay, I just put a twist on it. Personal and professional development. What's nice about doing a residency is you're going to learn a lot about yourself really quick. You're going to be able to have the opportunity to build some confidence by increasing your speed and your speed with procedures. You're going to be able to develop and strengthen your treatment planning skills, which is very important, and also alternatives for treatment. And you're going to be learning a little bit more about how to handle patients' expectations. I know many of you that are in clinic right now are doing that right now, but believe me when I tell you, it's a whole nother level when it gets to private practice, especially when you have patients that are paying fees beyond what they're paying at the dental school. There's certain expectations, certain things that they want and when they want it. So all of those things you'll be able to learn through some personal and professional development in doing a residency. One of the things that's nice about our program at Bronx Care is we are investing in you all as leaders, as future leaders, and as practitioners. We have a HRSA grant, a $3.5 million 5-year HRSA grant, where we are training residents in different areas of dentistry, but also on how to become leaders, how to handle conflict, how to deal with patient-centered care, etc. So a program like this, if you were to get it, if you weren't in our particular residencies or other residencies that have something similar to this, you're probably looking at about $10,000. But as a resident in our program, it's free. It's part of your training. So we're investing in you guys. So I talked about personal growth. This is a favorite quote from pretty much the godfather of personal development. His name is Jim Rohn. I don't know if anyone has heard about him, but of all the things that have an effect on your future, I believe personal growth is the greatest. We can talk about sales growth, asset growth, profit growth, and in our offices, production growth. But all of this probably will not happen without personal growth. All right. Formal education will make you a living, but self-education will make you a fortune. I know you guys have heard of this before. Practice does not make perfect. Practice makes you better, right? And this is pretty much the purpose and the reason for residency, to make you better. But not only clinically, but also interpersonal skills, being able to be aware and be connected to patients, patient-centered care, and also make you better as far as being able to network with other colleagues and other patients, but also to make you better and have better experiences. So experience itself is a good teacher as well. So as we wrap up, some key takeaways. We talked about, we're going to be talking a little bit more about education and learning. We talked about the 9 reasons, what's foolish, what's the best you, and how doing a residency is going to help. So I love this quote. Teach me and I forget. I'm sorry, tell me and I forget. Teach me and I may remember, but involve me and I learn. profound. It's a thing that, you know, we share with the residents all the time. A residency is going to teach you, but most importantly, you're going to be required to be engaged, to be involved in the process and in the development of you as a provider. You will learn a lot of lessons, life lessons that will last you a lifetime as well, but only if you're part of the process. Only if you're part of the process. And that's one of the things that you'll get by doing a residency. So we talked about the 9 reasons. We talked about how 8 years and $300,000 is going to put you behind the 8 ball, as someone said. You know, sometimes you don't know what you don't know until you get into a situation where you realize you don't know it. Number 3, how it's really going to be nice to finally get a paycheck while you're actually learning, totally different than what you're experiencing now in dental school. And 4, not having to worry about student loans, you being able to defer and get some more information about some loan repayment programs. Number 5, having the ability to network and collaborate with specialists and other colleagues from different schools. The opportunity to get prepared for some specialty programs, doing a residency will get you some more experience, a lot of which most specialty programs want you to have. And 7, 8, and 9 as well. So, foolish. This is why I think it's foolish that many people do not even consider doing a residency. And it's foolish because it's not, I don't think it's, you know, one of those things where it may not, I mean, granted, it may not be for everyone, but it just makes good sense, good judgment to do a residency to learn more, because unfortunately, guys that are ladies and gents that are D2, D3, D4s, Maryland's a great school. You've been paying a lot of money, but it's not going to prepare you completely for what you're going to be faced with when you leave. So that's why I think it's foolish. And why is it foolish? It's because you have the opportunity for you to be the best you ever. The best you ever. And that opportunity is key. These first 5 years out of school is going to be very, very key for you to develop as a clinician and develop some really good habits clinically, but also interpersonally as well. Most of our learning comes from out of failures, not from successes. I don't know if you guys have heard this quote before, but I don't know if that's 100% true. I think you have to learn from your failures as much as you learn from your successes as well. But not having the opportunity to do a residency and see where you can grow and how you can to be able to learn from your failures in an environment that's not going to demean you or cause you any harm. I think that's the best way to learn, versus learning the hard way, meaning going out in private practice. Now it's your license, and the things that you don't know about, you're working on patients, doing procedures that you're not familiar with. Maybe you've only done 2 root canals, 2 molar root canals, and now you're expected to perform at the level of the standard of care, which could be the standard of care as to how the endodontist does it. So I don't want you guys to learn the hard way. To succeed, you must fail a few times, but don't fail yourself into thinking that doing a GPR is optional. All right. These days, especially in many dental schools where patients are not accepting a lot of treatment, or where schools are actually expanding, but their patient populations are shrinking, you're not having a lot of exposure to a lot of procedures. So this is another reason why I don't think it's optional. Success. In my opinion, success comes to those that plan and do, but the action of doing is probably one of the most important indicators of your success. The doing part is very, very key. What you do and how you do it is a game changer for your career, I think. And in this case, you must do a post-grad residency. Again, you must do a post-grad residency for all the reasons that we mentioned above, but also because, your survival after dental school and your success is really dependent on it. So,
hey, thank you for watching the video. And now you understand and know why residency is not an option. And I imagine if you're still here, that means you're seriously considering residency as part of your professional success, and also trying to figure out how to maximize your chances in getting into dental residency and doing it right the first time, which is key. So if that's the case, you know what, now it's time for us to chat just a little bit. As you know, getting into dental residency is very competitive. It's time consuming, it requires effort, practice, and most importantly, confidence. And as a dental student or a recent graduate of dental school, you want to make sure that you get this right the first time, because getting it right the first time helps you launch your career faster, launch your career in dentistry faster, right? Because time is of the essence. Time is money as well. Now, you can do this process by yourself, right? And some people like doing it by themselves for whatever reason, but why? There's no need to do it by yourself or do it as a DIY, do it yourself type of thing, because you're bound to make some mistakes, and those mistakes may cost you time and money, right? And eventually money, right? Because you're losing time not being able to launch and get into your career. Plus, most of these mistakes, if not all of them, have already been made. So just learn from those mistakes that others have made, and you'll learn what not to do. And you'll also learn the best things and the best practices that you should have in increasing your chances in getting into residency. So again, instead of making those mistakes, let's prepare yourself for success and get you to your career faster, right? Faster. Time is of the essence. So, success itself requires time and it requires money, both of which are investments. And you guys already know about investments. You guys have already spent 4 years already managing and navigating and preparing for your success in the career. So help me help you continue along that pathway by getting into residency the first time, so you can enjoy all the hard work, all the benefits of what you have been doing, and all the benefits of what having a dental degree and possibly a specialty designation, what that brings, right? What does that bring? That brings money, right? Compensation, ability to travel, to enjoy life the way that you want on your terms, right? Creating your own lifestyle by your own rules and how you want to do it. Those are the benefits. Those are the benefits. And guess what? I totally understand. I totally understand the need to launch your career and get started and start enjoying life, all the things that you've been putting off as you are investing in your career. And because I understand that, and I know from my experience as a previous residency program director, that there are so many different nuances and details and things that you need to understand about applying to and getting selected into dental residency, that I have prepared a couple of options to help you through this process, all right? So please give me a couple of minutes,
not a lot, but just a couple of minutes to go over 3 important options and of coaching and training services that I've prepared for you to help you get into dental residency. All right. So let's start off with package number one. Number one. This is the package that I like, and this is the top of the scale. This is called the Platinum Professional. Platinum Professional. This is for the person that definitely wants to get it right the first time, one and done. The person that understands the high stakes that are involved with the residency program that he or she is pursuing, and also wants to have the best and all the advantages possible to get selected and get selected the first time. So in this training, we're going to go over your entire application from top to bottom. We're going to be looking at different programs that you should be applying to. Of course, looking at your personal statement, diving into your personal statement and your CV and making sure that it stands out, that you are captivating the readers and the people that are reviewing your application. Again, looking over the list of programs that you should definitely be applying to. I'll make some recommendations based on that. And then once you get your interviews, because you will get some interviews, once you get your interviews, I'm going to train and coach you during 3 intensive sessions on the following. Number one, we're going to talk about how to answer specific questions that you're going to get during the interview. Number two, we're going to talk about how and why you're going to be creating your own list of questions that you're going to be asking at the interview, right? 3, how to best research and really dive deeper into some of the unknowns about the program that you're going to want to know about to help you in preparation for your interview. Also, how to stand out, make yourself stand out during the interview day, how to close the interview, very key, how you close out the interview, and how that leads to you getting the bag or getting that match day selection. Also, how to follow up properly afterwards so that your candidacy gets to the top of the list of the selection committee as well. And additionally, we're going to have a couple of mock interviews, you and me, mock interviews going back and forth, doing a couple sessions so that you can practice and get some direct feedback from my evaluation of your performance, okay? So all of this will be done for a small investment of $650. And guess what, guys? It's well worth it because you and your future career are worth it as well. New dentists that select this package put themselves first, and they understand why they must invest in themselves with a little help from me as their coach, as their listener, as their advisor, as their cheerleader, as their accountability partner, and most importantly, as their dental residency big brother. All right. So if this is what you want, click the Start Now button down below under Platinum Professional. Platinum Professional. All right. Click down below so that way you can schedule your training and get into dental residency this cycle. First time. Okay. Next is package number 2. This is called the Interview Success. This is for the person that only wants help in preparing for the interview process. That's it. That's all you want help with, okay? And typically that's because you're already confident about your submitted application, including being confident on how to write a personal statement and a CV that's captivating and gets the attention. If you're already good with that and you just want to focus on the interview, this is the package for you, all right? So therefore, we're going to have 3 one-hour sessions talking about the programs and going a little bit deeper into the programs that you have interviews at. We're going to be practicing interview questions, compiling a list of your questions, doing some mock interviews as well, and you'll get some direct feedback from me. And all of this will be done for a smaller investment of $450. But again, this package is best for the person who just wants help with interviewing. That's it. Just with interviewing. All right. So if you want this package, you want to click the Start Now button under Interview Success. All right. So that way you can schedule your training and get started ASAP. We get you prepared for the interview. Okay. And then the last package number 3, is called the Jump Starter. The Jump Starter. All right. Jump Starter. So instead of preparing for the interview, instead of being a complete candidate, this package, we're just going to focus on the application and also the 2 most important components of the application. That's your personal statement and your CV. All right. So again, this is for the person who needs help in jump starting and getting started with those 2 most important components: personal statement and CV. All right. So this will be done over a couple of 30-minute sessions. You send me your CV and your personal statement. I'll give you some feedback. I'll make some suggestions, help you with one of the edits, and I'll discuss with you why I think certain changes should be considered as part of your personal statement and your CV as well. And then just keep in mind, though, that this evaluation and this feedback is based on my extensive experience of reading, hundreds, if not close to almost 1,000 residency applications during my time as a residency program director, right? So I'm going to give you that feedback. And from that perspective, also from the perspective of leading the residency selection committee as well. So that feedback is going to be very, very helpful for you in that perspective as well. I will review your documents with you live on a live session to make sure that you have captivated the residency program director and the selection committee. Key, getting their attention as they are reading your application, right? And that's important to remember, because those 2 documents alone is what's going to help you secure the next step in the process. The next step in the process being the interview, right? Last time I checked, the only way that you typically get selected for residency programs is if you've got to go through an interview process. Well, the step before that is getting your application and, most importantly, getting your personal statement together. So again, this package, this Jumpstarter package, all will be done for a small investment of $250. And it's best, again, for those people only looking to jumpstart your candidacy, getting started, rather than trying to be the best candidate, rather than trying to be fully prepared for the complete residency process. You just need help with your 2 application documents. That's all. So if you want to start with this, if this is what you're looking for and this is the only thing that you want, click the Start Now button down below under Jumpstarter so that we can get you scheduled and get your training started so that we can look at those documents for you. So that's it, guys. There you have it. There you got it. My 3 options to help you get started and get into dental residency. All right. So just pick the one that fits you, fit your needs, and the one that you're most interested in. Hit the click the Start Now button under the one that you pick. All right. Platinum Professional, Interview Success, or Jumpstarter. It's up to you. All right. All right, guys, I'm excited for you. I'm excited about your decision to pursue advanced dental training, which is, I think, is, as you know, is necessary and needed in today's dental profession. I'm also excited to be taking this journey with you, right? As your dental residency coach, your advisor, your listener, your cheerleader, your trainer, and most importantly, your accountability partner. So let's get started. Nothing else to do. Decide, push the button,
click on the start now on the package that you want. Let's get started. Let's get you into dental residency now. Not now, but right now. Let's get started. See you soon.